And this is to go even further beyond. 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 And this is to go even further beyond.
Wait. Hold the goddamn phone. Hold on. Did Sean just gift 10 freaking subs on Twitch, bro? Can I get the goddamn podcast started? Guys, can you relax? Appreciate the 10 gifted on Twitch. Chat, welcome back to the 0 Point Podcast. Round of applause for you. I love you guys so much. Hold on, where's the funky shit, bro? No, that's not it. Damn it. Where's the good shit? Where's my good music? There we go. It's Saturday. We're gonna talk about the Fortnite storyline. It's gonna be great. Shit. Man, I'm so excited. We're here for it. Chat, we got a great show for y'all today, man. Let's give y'all a wonderful round of applause. Let's do it. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be so wild. Can't wait. I'm totally unprepared for today. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I'm not here for it. Oh man, let's go. Getting the morning started off right, bro. Let's do it. Now listen, appreciate everybody showing up. I see you guys here. What's going on? God damn, bro, it's actually really bright in this room. Appreciate everybody being here. What's going on, guys? I see Ducky here, Trid, man, Science here, of course, BB18, Cindy P, WR. I know that Shaunables is out here, bro. Oh Lord, hang on. Let me take the echo off my voice, man. It's gonna get a little too wild. Oh goodness, chat, yo, good morning. How is everybody doing, man? Welcome back. This is episode 9 of the 0 Point Podcast, and potentially our last Fortnite Theory stream. This is going to be a wild one because we got a lot of stuff to unpack with all the leaks coming out, with everything going on with Fortnite Chapter 1, returning, the time machine, Kado Thorne being dead, Jonesy coming back, Dr. Sloan wanting to use the time machine, all this stuff. Where's the last reality? Where are the 7? What's going on? Oh my gosh, what does it all mean? And joining me to answer all these questions is my illustrious panel of chaotic individuals. Let's see what they're all up to. Wow, are you guys actually behaving right now? This is actually impressive. It's quiet.
We really weren't for a while there.
I think I timed it right. Chat, joining us today, we have the one and only Tedious X. We have our favorite lady of the Fortnite community, Tater Tot. We have the Cyan. We have... Please, no. We have Mr. JOI And of course, for the first time ever on the 0 Point Podcast, we have the one, the only, the master of all points, Loot Station. Chat, let's give some fried chicken to chat, some W's for our cast today, man.
Loot, join. Loot.
Is Loot not here? Is Loot here?
Loot, say something.
What a fucking failure, bro. Imagine getting invited to the podcast and you're just like, you're not even present.
0 Point Podcast.
I'm gonna send Cypher after him, don't worry.
You can't, okay.
I'm here, I'm sorry, I'm multitasking.
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean you're multitasking, bro? It's time to pod.
I'm always
Just
multitasking.
watching a Scribbity toilet.
So look, chat. This is gonna be today's podcast is gonna be a little not crazy different, but it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a bit more laid back. Of course, I've been very vocal on my opinions on the Fortnite storyline. Surprise, surprise. But
War.
Okay. Well, another war. Are you ready to lose another one, Cyan, bro? After
I'm coming after you with the 5 realities. Just wait.
What was the score on that? What 99% to 1%?
I think it was 0.01%. And
I have the Midas touch on my side.
anyway, this one's gonna be more of a chill, laid back. I think this is gonna be more, in many ways, more of a venting session. But I do have some questions kind of set out for us to kind of keep us organized as much as I can with this group. Look, guys, I don't care who ends up talking first when I bring up these subjects. Just feel free to chime in, but I want to hear from everybody. So you guys have been here a bunch of times. You know how this rolls. Let's make it.
I have no idea.
Okay. Make it interesting for the audience per usual. And also, I want to say this real quick. I appreciate all you guys watching. I see we got people on Twitch, we got people on YouTube, and we got a couple people hanging out on TikTok. We want to remind y'all, the preferred place to watch right now is going to be Twitch for a few reasons. Number one, everyone is trying to is contributing channel points to actually activating a 1,000 V-Buck giveaway, and I'm going to announce it right now. If you guys actually get that activated this stream, I'll bump it up to 2,800 V-Bucks. I'll give away 2,800 V-Bucks to somebody by the end of the stream if you guys can get that activated. But you got to be over on Twitch. Make sure you're putting your channel points towards that for the community giveaway for the V-Bucks. That to the side. If you're on YouTube, if you're in YouTube chat right now, you can put the command !Twitch in chat. It'll actually provide you the link. You can jump right over there. Also, all super chats, subs, all the alerts are going to be paused for now because we don't want to interrupt our guests while they're speaking. We want you guys to be able to hear everything without a bunch of Gokus screaming in your ear or a bunch of other crazy things going on. I love you guys. I will read the super chats later on towards the end of the stream. If you have specific questions that you want to ask us, you want to ask someone on the panel, please feel free to throw a super chat in, and I will read it towards the end of the show. That being said, how are you guys feeling? I know. Bored.
More points if we on the podcast for your Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, obviously you get like 10 times the points, bro. Actually,
Did someone say points?
Ask Loot Station. He knows all about points.
Give me your V-Bucks, mine.
Loot Station, how much XP do you get for being part of the Clark Clint 0 Point Podcast?
I don't know, you tell me. That's the only reason I'm here, man.
Here for the XP? You're XP farming me right now? That's crazy. Well, the thing is, bro, you actually have to be in the party with us on Fortnite.
Imagine.
Right, I'll join soon, okay? I'll join. Don't worry, I'll join in a second.
All right, bro. All right, get to it. Anyway, chat, look, here's the deal. So, it's no secret that the Fortnite storyline has been on a... yeah, see, it's been complete dog shit, okay? It's been
gorgeous.
Cyan, even you have... Cyan, even you have admitted that the Fortnite storyline's been pretty weak as of late. Okay.
How dare you bring that up?
Listen, man, you're exposed. Okay, I called Donald Mustard. I called Donald Mustard personally, bro, and told him that that you were cheating on him in the storyline with other properties. He started crying, bro. He was pretty disappointed. I'm gonna be totally honest. But at any rate, I wanted to start this off. I want to ask you guys: do you think Fortnite just like actually gave up on the storyline this season? Did they just say like "fuck it"? Like we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
One reason one thing that really makes me think they just don't give a shit is that they have the prime example is Kado Thorne, right? I know people saying, oh, he's not dead or he's coming back or some shit. I don't know. I'm not waiting around for that. But currently, he's dead, and you have this character with this grand music pack, bells and chimes. He's a vampire from other realities or something. I don't even know. But he's meant to be like this big Brooklyn Cyan. Oh, he's not meant to be the main enemy, whatever. I'm not going to just cope. I'm just going to be real with it. And say that
Damn.
he was meant to be...
Shots fired?
He was meant to, yeah. He was meant to be the antagonist of this season, and he got killed off screen by characters that we know nothing about, other than they hunt vampires. It's like, wow. It's a good one for character. What do we know about Shimmer Dusk?
Who?
Shimmer Dusk is
Wait, no, I'm not even trying to be funny. Who?
Exactly.
so Shimmer Dusk is the crew packer skin that is right now.
The vampire chick?
No, she's not a vampire. She's a vampire hunter. She's actually the
elf, the goth thick elf vampire chick from this.
Yeah. She's not a vampire though. She's just an elf. She's.
I'm looking at this right now. Hold on. This is bull.
Multiversal traveling.
Where is she?
Basically lost everything.
This bitch is not. You're trying to tell me this bitch is not a vampire?
No, she's not.
I think she could be.
She doesn't have the teeth. She doesn't have any of the things that the vampires have.
Neither did Kado.
She's a monster hunter. She's not a monster.
Yeah, she's not a monster, so.
Yeah, she's a hunter of them.
But she's a no.
Okay. All right. I'm
Her story is cool.
See, this is
agree with it being bad.
this is exactly why I can't.
No one knows who the fuck she is.
Yeah, like
She introduced it to
What's
Monk
so
Slayer.
explain?
Dare you not watch my videos?
Why do we have to dig so much for this?
Because
I don't want to have
I
to
need
look
views.
in a little thing.
I don't want to have to read descriptions all the time.
yeah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't have to read descriptions or uncover NPC dialogue for a hang on for a Fortnite skin that I might not even have, that has to interact with a specific NPC at a specific time in order to get vital information for the storyline that I want to follow. That doesn't even make any sense.
Stupid. Always been so
I have
stupid.
my opinion on that actually. Like,
Go, I'm sure you do.
Being stupid, Cyan. It should be either it's stupid or it's good, not a whole book of a description. Cyan, just give it simple. Is it silly or good? That's how we do.
It's both of them.
No, it's just silly.
No.
I don't have the business.
Cyan, listen. Okay, look. Hang on. Everyone, reel it in for a second. Okay, Cyan, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to explain your position. 30 seconds.
Okay, so the idea is cool, but they should keep it into more deeper, more fun things than the actual core important a story. That's my take on it.
Agreed. Actually, that's actually what I was. I would agree with that. That's what I was gonna say. It's like I have no problems with like small supplementary things, like maybe some character development, right? Yeah. Getting to know the person a little bit better, right, through certain pieces of dialogue or something. Right. But like moving the actual plot forward. Because, oh man, you gotta have the fucking paradigm skin. Talk to fucking Agent Jones on the map. Oh, you don't have it? Well, guess you're not getting the dialogue. Get her to watch a 25-minute Cyan video and hope that he explains it.
W.
Your
videos suck.
Damn.
You don't have to joke about it. It's okay, man.
Loot Station says you're so vocal.
Why am I here?
Why am I here? You're the punching bag today. No, I'm just joking. No, we love you, Cyan. Now, since Loot Station's the newcomer, I want to get Loot Station's thoughts. Loot, you're not officially a certified Fortnite theorist. However, you do have the entire Fortnite storyline memorized in your brain. Shut the fuck up. But also talk. What's your current thoughts on the storyline as it is this season? As someone who's like a fan of the storyline but doesn't make content on it.
I like the idea, but I just feel like I mean, you guys agree with it too. It's just you shouldn't you shouldn't have to talk to NPCs to find out what is going on. I missed when it was so simple, like back in chapter 1, you know, because you knew what was happening. Like you knew there was the Polar Peak monster. There's a monster in Polar Peak with the ice cap melting. And there was an eye came out, and there was footprints everywhere. You knew what was going on. It was so simple, and I just feel like we need the main characters back. Like they keep bringing in new characters, and it's like kind of overwhelming in a way, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like they just need to stick with the same characters for a while, you know, which they
Chapter
did.
4
But,
fucked that over.
yeah, it's like.
I think we've brought this up every
Honestly,
podcast.
On my baby,
See,
I will find
there's something I wanted to bring up, which is that, like, remember the last podcast we did, and we were like, oh man, there's some hope, man. This time machine shit looks interesting. Oh, there's a few different ways they could do time travel in Fortnite. And Jay was like, yeah, but they could really fuck it up, you know? Like, we literally know the exact same amount about time travel as we did the last podcast that we shot.
We've learned
We've learned absolutely nothing
That's true.
I don't
about
think
time
we're
travel
gonna
in
get any
Fortnite.
lore. I don't
That's
think we're
true.
going to get any lore next season. I think next season's just going to be a copy and paste straight up. To be honest, I feel like
I'm okay with that if it's the OG shit. If I'm being totally, we'll talk more about that later.
I
There's got to
really
be some
hope it
story
isn't.
because of the end event. There's got to be some build up to an end event.
Listen, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
but
I
is
want
it
to.
going to be the same stuff again or what? Like, I don't know.
Yes,
Oh,
there's. I
kinda
think.
so-
I
kinda
think.
see that.
I think it's going to be
Yeah.
the same stuff, but with a different context added to it. But I want to talk more about that kind of stuff later. We're going to build up to that because that's going to be kind of towards the end because that's where we're going. I have a few ideas and I want to get your guys' thoughts on what's going to happen with all that too. But I want to talk more about this time machine Kado Thorne situation. Kado Thorne was like built up to be the coolest. Let me ask y'all this question: is Kado Thorne like the biggest fucking like blue balls letdown of all time in like
Absolutely.
history?
He is a cool villain. He's really cool.
expected it, so I'm not
Like,
down
even
let
Harold
down.
got more than him.
Hold
I
on.
expected it
Yeah.
to go
The
how it
music
did, so
packed
I'm not
like
down
that.
let down.
How do you survive not even your full season?
And it's the shortest. And it's the
Apparently
shortest
Cotton
season of
Minded
all
his hand
time. It's one of the shortest seasons of all time. It's a 2-month-long season, and he could even
kills
make.
Midas, he kills Oro, he takes the Citadel
exactly.
within a few seconds. But
Yeah, but where did he even come from? How did he get here? That's what I've never understood.
Yeah, so this-
Like,
Oh, I
like,
can't
What-
remember storyline. That's
That's what I wanted to know too. What was Kado Thorne's plan? Like, what was he trying to do in the first place?
I see, but you don't
We don't
understand.
know.
No, Clint, you don't understand. In the blog post,
Oh my god! Tedious! I swear, Tedious! I swear on all that is holy. If you mention another goddamn fucking blog post to me, what do you mean a blog post?
it says, we need to thwart whatever the fuck that means. Kado Thorne's ultimate plan of draining the island's wealth to fund his opulent properties. That's his plan. And
He's a
you know.
fucking real estate tycoon.
He got one bad review and he lost his.
Wait,
he lost
stop,
it. One
time
bad
out,
review.
wait, hold on. Wait, we killed, wait, time out. We,
just had
no,
bad real
stop,
estate, that's all it was.
stop. We killed Kado, we killed Kado Thorne, took his time machine and stole all his shit because this motherfucker was a billionaire. Because he had because he had good investment strategies and real estate properties and provided nice, stable, comfortable living quarters for people that were visiting on the Fortnite island after hang on, after escaping the loop and having a very stressful, however long they were there. He just provided a very comfortable living situation in partnership with Slurpco or Slapco, really? And that's why we killed him? Because he
There is-
Darn loopers.
There is way more to it than that.
No, there's not, Cyan. No, there's fucking not. Don't you lie. Go
There
ahead,
is way
Cyan.
more to it.
Go ahead and explain
Last
this.
time we let you
So
explain.
Kado
No. Let
Thorne's-
him burn it. Let him burn it.
Kado Thorne was never meant to be like the main character of even this season. He was just. So do you remember the Shapeless Man? You're gonna give me mad at that, but like yeah, Shapeless Man, the rift gates he
Fortnite
made,
doesn't
that
even
whole
fucking remember
thing was brought to bring Kado in for two reasons. One of those was Kado had an object that he collected that is from the destroyed world of the Triarch. Nox needed that, which Nox works with the last reality, so he got that. The second one seems like we going to the past is also part of the Shapeless Man's plan. So basically, the guy needed Kado's things and not really himself. So Kado was never really that big of the villain anyway.
That's bullshit.
I felt like brain rot.
That's
Well, Sloan. It was a Sloan's
But
plan.
Sam, if that's the case, Fortnite needs to tell us that.
Yeah, why didn't hang on? Why didn't Fortnite tell us that, tease that, imply that, or hang on, or hold on, or show that in any source material whatsoever? Why is it that if Kado Thorne's not meant to be the quote unquote big bad villain, why is it that the first thing that you have this guy do is snatch Oro's head through a time machine and also show him that he has Midas's hand along with his drum gun? You just killed two of arguably the most powerful characters in this fiction, right? You show this guy is a vampire, and you show that he has access to time travel, and he's the only person in the history of the game that's had access to time travel, which makes him incredibly dangerous, right? But he's not set up to be the villain?
Well, yeah, he could. I mean, the kills, I think those were just a snapshot or something. I don't think Midas is dead.
Yeah, but he's still not ruthless to have done it.
What?
But then why?
He's still
why
not
would they
ruthless to
bother
have done
showing it? What's the significance of showing?
Exactly.
Hey, there's this snapshot's hand. Like
That
I
was
understand
just
that you
kind
want
of his
to think
collections,
that
I
the
would
story
say.
is all together, but like you can't just say, oh yeah, this is this. I would say this is this. I would say Fortnite needs to confirm shit and tell us this is what's going on. This
I
is the
don't-
front of the storyline. It's like what? Why bother following it if they don't tell you what's going on?
Bro's
They just show
collecting
you.
body parts. That's like the most
I know.
villainous thing I've seen in a storyline so far.
That's pretty fucking savage. And
This is-
Midas of all people, your boyfriend.
My boy. That's why I'm so happy he died.
Oh.
Too good. Die
Oh, Midas
again.
was
Die
his
in
dad.
hell too. Die twice.
Okay, but hold on. Let's hang on. Let's reel it back in here, okay? Because there's something I want everybody here watching to understand, okay? This is Fortnite's biggest problem. This is why I have no interest in covering the storyline anymore. Because Fortnite can't stick to themes, right? There was when this season started, there was a clear central theme, right? The idea of time travel was intriguing, right? The fact that the time machine was set to a very pivotal moment in Fortnite history when we first saw it was intriguing. The fact that he had a collection of different items throughout time was intriguing. There was a lot that could have been done with that gameplay-wise and storyline-wise, and it didn't happen. I guess gameplay-wise, they did a decent job with it. They could have done more, but they did a decent job. The storyline-wise, it was just completely thrown away. What significance did the time machine really have on this on the story so far?
It's more being kept as like a just bringing next season, not really anything else.
And that is trash.
So it's a plot device.
Like for example, right? Wouldn't it have been interesting to find out how Kado Thorne found out about time travel technology and why he
Could have gotten that through loading screen.
They just teased it, but not even that much, which is a
It
problem.
teases it, we
I
know
don't-
nothing.
they didn't tease
There
that
is
at all.
all the era things, which I definitely think.
Yeah, but
that
it was a completely different form of time travel.
not
And that's from
really,
wait.
they
You
Yes,
talking
it
about
is.
you
It's
talking about
completely
you
different.
talking about?
both
Hang
use
on.
rift energy. It's
Hang
not
on.
the same thing.
Hold on a sec. You don't know. Hold on a sec. You don't know what kind of energy the time machine uses that Kado Thorne has.
Yeah, we know. They said.
Yeah, the Chrono cells.
said-
That was
Yeah,
in like-
Chrono says, and even Quantum and another one, the energies that he
What?
uses. Quantum and what?
Yeah, that was. What's the, what
Every
was
fucking
that?
time
That was
machine
part of the
uses
near
quantum
Christmas.
energy. Okay.
What question?
There was another one.
Yeah, what quiz was that in?
Like every
That
time.
was for the girl, the hacker girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
Oh.
Ooh,
Huh.
Tip of chat.
Actually,
It's
surprised I
legit
didn't
says
see it.
ooh in her description. That's not
I
my
know, I
problem.
love her.
So wait, hold on. So it was confirmed what kind of energy the time machine uses.
Yeah.
So where was that confirmed?
Main quest, the story quest.
And what energy did they say it was using?
Chrono
Quantum,
cells.
and there was another one too. I have
Chrono cells?
No, those are the cells that hold the energy. There's quantum and there is another
Yeah,
one.
but that's not, the quantum's just quantum energy. That's
That every
Yeah.
in every fucking piece of fiction, time machines use
Yeah,
quantum energy. That's the.
quantum mechanics.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like still.
But hold on. But outside of that, because no, you said that. What was it? You said that it uses
Rift signal.
Yeah, Rift.
It
Rift.
gathers the energy. Like, that's why Kado has the rifts in every single hotel. He gets these energies through the rifts.
How do you know that?
The main quest, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So that so
How out of the loop are we?
wait. So that was stated that he uses the rifts to.
We take the cells, we go in the rift, and they get charged. We understand how it works from that.
We what?
Have you guys even followed the story?
No, that's the point of this.
It's happened like last week.
How dare you?
That's the entire point of this pod. We're like this.
I don't really want
the question
to.
was not how they use the cells. How does it work? To some degree, it does.
Hold on.
How it
When
works
we
through the
hang on. When we talk about how the time machine works, we're not. That's not even what we give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about the science of it. I'm talking about how does time travel. When we say how the time machine works, we're talking about in terms of what effect does time travel have on the Fortnite story. Is it a butterfly effect? Is it a multiversal effect? Like how like that? We don't give a shit. Well, if you calculate if you triangulate the rift patterns of the 0 point and you merge it with the time portals, you can actually get these little golden certificates that you merge. But nobody gives a fuck about that shit. That's not what we're here for. Okay, we just want to know. Okay, this is cool vampire guy. He fucking killed Midas, took his shit. All right, went to the past. Apparently has a vendetta against Sloane and also maybe a crush on her. He's got a picture on his wall. What the fuck's that about? Right? Like what's his relationship to, like, what part of the timeline does he come from? How did he find out about time travel? Why is he obsessed with time travel? Why is he obsessed with collecting shit? And apparently, according to you guys, it's because of real estate.
Yeah, I sent through the thing. Just so you know.
I mean,
that is the weakest.
This,
that is the weakest fucking character motivation I have ever seen in my entire life.
Those news things sometimes just say these things as jokes, though. Like, don't take them too seriously.
Zion, I did not just hear you of all people to say that.
I have followed this game's story enough to know that.
How hard are you coping?
This is basically what's said. These chrono cells seem to be some sort of quantum battery charged through rifts. Why not give them some juice? That's a lot of power. That's basically it.
Juice.
Chrono cells.
That's basically it.
The vampire
quantum battery that uses, because the chrono cells are the quantum battery, and they use rifts.
How do you get chrono cells? What are they from?
How they showed it on game is a bit goofy. It's a bit goofy. They like drop from his persons when you shoot him or something. Cause they're like, you know the things you flick over and they got sand in them. That's basically how they look like. What do you call them?
Oh.
Anyone?
Vampire things.
Any boomers in chat will know that?
What?
Hourglass?
Hourglass has it.
So wait, you had to shoot people and they dropped hourglasses?
It's goofy. I wouldn't even take that. They sort of drop from Kado as you're. It's a bit goofy.
So, no, hold. So wait, so
I will actually no.
Go ahead, Tedious. No, someone else talk with me, please.
I was gonna say another reason as to why I think Kado Thorne was super underwhelming. When I played the Fortnite Maze update, and I talked about this in the video, his boss battle was actually really, I'll admit it, compared to other boss battles, it was actually really cool. But after you leave that POI, that whole Halloween sort of feeling that like, oh, this guy's coming to destroy the island. Like, considering this is our last season on this island, there has been literally no build-up to, like, anything happening to the island. I don't even know if the Chapter 5 map's just going to be this same map when we just come back to it.
It's
I have
not.
no idea. Okay.
They have said that. No, not really. They have said that for 2
No,
seasons.
it was.
Sorry, what?
They have said that through the quest that first of all, the 0 point is not gonna be able to handle the chunks anymore. They're gonna start getting pushed away when we go back to chapter 1. And also enemies, which are the last reality, are coming.
What are you quoting? Yeah, I understand that there's been an enemy coming. I understand that this world is doomed, but it's doomed because we're traveling back to chapter 1 because of what to escape this enemy. That's what I presume is happening.
There is. It seems like to me from what I've seen, since Mega is not gonna be in next season and stuff, I think we're gonna go back in time.
Taylor, stop putting your age in chat.
Key that's the Optimus Prime brought up, whatever it is, we take it back again to chapter 4, and the end event is gonna take place in both chapter 1 and chapter 4, not just chapter 1.
You know what? That's valid. That's actually quite valid. But then it will only be we'd be off this map until the end event.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
It's kind of valid. I kind of get what it's trying to get at now. Because then when the end event's going on, and the rockets were going through rifts, and we see that one, in the season X trailer, the rocket goes past.
Right.
There might be some things that was part of something happening. What it's going to be happening now. I've always thought that. Like one day we'd go back and it would kind of make sense.
Yeah, we
as
would
to
see
why
what
Paradigm wasn't, and then what was going on behind the scenes, and that's maybe switching between chapter 4 and this. I don't know.
I
I
think-
kind of see what he's getting at.
I think season X is going to tie heavily into things that are going to be happening next month.
Yeah.
Like I
it's a
think
bit of a jump.
like that's like especially that season. I remember like I look at that season X trailer all the time when I'm editing video, but like there's a lot of like really interesting Easter eggs. There's a lot of things that they could pull from to kind of tie back into chapter 1 just from that alone.
There was an Egyptian Easter egg, but nothing happened with it. I'm like, when is that gonna happen?
You mean the Sunny Steps? The Sunny Steps
No,
on the computer.
No, there was like a Egyptian prop that was floating, and nothing happened with it.
Fair enough. Well, no, what I would say about that trailer is that the Drift Burger and the stereo rift in after the point of the expansion. If you go back to the trailer and watch it, they're the two things that rift, and the machine gun riffs in, which I find interesting. I think, maybe as it's travelled from, oh my god, where do you see the Drift Burger? It disappears on top of the burger place. It then goes to the real world. Drift does his spray paint on it. It
Then comes to Fortnite.
then might come to chapter 4, but it's in the season X trailer. I don't remember it being back on the season X map unless it wasn't. I can't really remember.
No,
and obviously
it
we
wasn't.
see this season. Also, the motel sign was in the trailer. I can't remember. I can't even remember the motel being back on the map at that point. But then we see it now, and we're probably going to see it again back in chapter 5. Oh no, there's one more. The collision event. I don't know if they just used old footage, but it didn't have the spray on it during that collision event. So I don't know.
Oh, that
It should
was
be
real
bounced
life.
around
That
time.
was
So-
not, yeah.
So hold on a second. I want to reel it back in because like we were going over a lot of random stuff, and I don't want to just sound like rambling. I want to kind of focus on a few things here. So, point that was brought up a minute ago was the idea of these enemies that are coming to the island. Is that even a plot point that is relevant at this point?
Yeah, it's really
but-
important.
What? So
That's the
what?
whole reason Sloan and Jones are doing everything.
Yeah, so where has okay, so I need to so here's the thing. I need to know where certain things have been stated. Like where was this information given, right? Because as someone cuz treat me you got to treat me like a normie at this point because I don't know.
Shall I take this? That's how I'll go.
I don't know. Like I understand last season, right? I know that last season like there was the whole thing with the beacon in the sky and all that shit, but that didn't what relevant? Hold on. Actually, what relevance did the eclipse have at this point? Right? We didn't even get an eclipse this season.
Was still every game is an eclipse.
What?
What do you mean every game is an
You got
eclipse?
Every game is
in the map
eclipse.
right now.
I
It
saw
rotates between the blood moon
I
and
thought
the
there
eclipse.
was an eclipse, yeah.
there
Happens
was.
every game.
I've
Every game happens.
only seen a blood moon. I've never seen an eclipse.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
no,
only
it's hard
happens
to
as
see.
a specific location in the sky.
Are you fucking
Yeah, so
kidding
it
me?
would be hard to see it. There is an eclipse every game.
There is, but as I said, it's like the sun needs to pass on a specific location. There's an object exactly.
Also, you
at
got
that
storms.
place.
Your storm could
I mean, to be
sometimes
fair,
cover it
that-
up.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
That is how an eclipse works. So it makes sense
Yeah.
that they're doing it like that. That's kind of fair.
but a lot of it is interpretation of what we
What does
heard
it
last
even
season
mean?
from Optimus Prime, saying there's a inevitable forces will come and stuff like that. I do believe, as we were saying,
Thing covering the sun, the moon, or no?
I wouldn't
people
even-
say
Who
it's the
knows?
moon. I don't agree.
It could be the Cube's cradle. That's what some people
I
are
say
saying.
it's Cube Cradle. Yeah.
So
To me,
this looming presence is still on its way here. So what new developments have we gotten with that this season?
There is this I need to say though. The reason, because people are gonna probably think this as a bad thing.
Hold
the
on.
Reason why
Are,
it's taking...
hang on. Are you answering the? I need this question answered first before we go on to anything
it's
else.
about that.
So what new development have we gotten this season when it comes to that
So-
that enemy showing up?
So
Hardcore.
about that, since I believe it's last reality, Nox, when Aurora was going through what's going on with him, it was said that while like he was coming towards us with whoever he was, which was definitely last reality, they were destroying all the realities around them, which to me makes me believe before last reality reaches us, they're starting to destroy all the realities to when they reach us finally create the last reality. That's what taking them so long to reach us.
So you're saying the last reality is wiping out everything as they're on their way to us. So
I could believe that.
That's why Stellan in season 1 said the stars are going dark.
that makes sense. Even
Yeah,
since
that's what when Triacora's crest lines. Triacora talks about Nox found the decaying force, and that's manipulated him, and then that's sent him on this journey, which led him to Mega, and then all that happened.
Yeah.
But that's the only sort of reference we got of this decaying force, and maybe something coming towards
But
us.
I still don't. But here's the issue: I still don't see what the purpose of the eclipse was, right? So, how can you? Was the eclipse always meant to be like a beacon or a warning of this approaching threat, then, rather than it be?
I guess.
Because
a
like
warning, as I said.
So it seemed like that. It seemed like the telescope thing. All it did was attract the attention of the last reality. That's what it seemed like. It didn't seem like creating that telescope didn't help us, or
Kind of. From what I got, it was like the telescope was built to kind of warn and predict the future, because the song said these things that the jungle people have made can predict things and stuff. So the telescope predicted exactly when this unnatural eclipse is gonna happen again.
Tedious. You've been kind of quiet. You and Loot Station. What do you got?
I've been trying to talk, but I can't.
Bro, you better jump in. You better.
There's so many things I want to say.
You could just speak.
Yeah, bro. You just gotta. When you're ready, you just jump in.
Talk over you.
No, you're fine. Just jump in, bro. You gotta jump in sometimes. Go ahead.
All right. Aren't we the main thing the last reality is trying to get to because of the 0 point? Why are they going for other realities and all that? I don't understand that.
The last reality, that's why.
Well,
it's in the
they
name.
want our reality. Like,
Yeah.
Why
it could either be they want everything destroyed, or they
so we don't
want
have
reality
any-
0.
Well,
It
because
wants
the
one
last,
single
it does
home.
actually make sense. The last time they destroyed our world, what did we do? We took pieces of other worlds to build a new one. So if they're destroying other ones on the way here, that actually does make sense.
Yeah.
So basically, what the 0 point took were fragments of other worlds that had already been destroyed by the last reality.
No, actual living worlds.
Oh.
Actually, I think what Tedious said makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
I actually like that a little bit more, right? Like imagine like that would make a lot of sense, right? These are all different realities that were affected, but then again, that wouldn't make sense because the Oathbound seem to have been thriving, and we're doing just fine.
TGS said wrong.
That's not really what I was saying.
Yeah, that's not what he said.
But what are you
What
what are you
I'm
saying?
is that, oh my god, I just dropped my phone on the floor. Hold on.
Oh my god.
So what I'm saying is that basically the reason that I think the last reality would want to destroy all worlds around us before destroying us is because the last time they did destroy us, we just went, okay, we'll just take pieces of other worlds. So they're basically trying to corner us in and going, once we destroy you, there's nothing left, which, to be fair, that sort of does go off the idea of like the last reality and everything. It does make a fair bit of sense, but I just want more confirmation as to when that's happening, how long it will take for the build up to that to actually go anywhere, also just how the shit.
But there's infinite realities. How can they destroy every reality before they get to us?
It's not infinite.
It's not infinite.
Wasn't it stated that it's infinite realities?
Yeah,
No,
I think it was
they
staged.
say that there is like a lot.
But that would be the reason why they would go after the 0 point, because that's the source of all creation. So you get rid of that, then you get rid of everything.
Exactly. So when
That's-
they go for us,
no, I agree with
really.
Remember,
Oh, I'm liking
fraction,
this so
the 0 point can just run away according to fraction.
It's
Right.
and
So
not just that.
let me answer Loot Station's question real quick. I think Loot, the way it works is this, because both things can be true. The reason why they would want to get rid of everything else around us is because there'd be nowhere else to run, right? The 0 point couldn't grab anything else to protect itself like it did in this season, right? They blew up the island that we were on all the way through chapter 3. The 0 point was exposed, which is what they wanted. The problem was the 0 point had enough energy to protect itself by grabbing different land masses from different realities, creating a new island, right? This time, but the last reality is trying to do, it seems like, is they're trying to get rid of everything. That way, the 0 point has nothing to grab. So it's also the other thing is too, the 0 point is really weak right now, so it probably wouldn't have the energy to do it anyway. But the thing is, the last reality is just checking all the boxes. So if they can get rid of everything, right? Even on the off chance of if the 0 point does have the energy to grab in more stuff, there will be nothing to grab, and therefore they can just kind of get rid of it, and then that would kind of. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, there might be some plot holes in it. But yeah.
I don't view it like that, in my opinion.
What's your take on this, Cyan?
To me, I've said it a lot. People in the last reality, they are said that they find themselves. They get they evolve into something much more. To me, they're building themselves the most perfect home imaginable, and for that to be built, everything else needs to be begun. So they're destroying, and they're gonna use the 0 point to create that perfect world for themselves only.
Hold on, wait, hold.
What Clark just said, but in a different sense.
Hold on, time the fuck out. Someone just gifted 50 tier 1 subs on Twitch.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Did I get one?
Yo, hold on. Who was that? The Eclipse Bunny? Yo, hold on. Round of applause. Can we get some W's and chicken in the chat for Eclipse Bunny? That is a lot of gifted subs.
Dang.
Holy,
How much is
50 gifted. 50 gifted subs is ridiculous.
Bro, how much is that?
That's each sub's like $5.
Dang.
Oh.
Holy shit. Eclipse Bunny. I have noties turned off, thank God, because that'd be 50 Gokus yelling. But thank you so much. That's why. See, chat. This is why you need to be on YouTube. I better. That's not. Sorry, Twitch. My bad.
Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch. My bad. Twitch. I'm getting used to it. Sorry, I'm trying to fucking manage a Fortnite storyline podcast and get people excited. Bro.
I just talk about something.
Good lord.
Man. Up a new topic.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Have you guys seen on TikTok those the people who don't really follow the storyline make videos, right, and try and explain the storyline, and they're like what if the visitor was us back in time or something? These really terrible theories on TikTok.
Yeah, I've been seeing those. It's so infuriating.
Yeah, that I know,
and
right?
Everyone's like, oh my goodness, you're so right. No.
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, hold on.
It's ridiculous.
Wait,
it's so funny.
Wait, say that one more time. What was it?
I saw that. I keep seeing theories on TikTok from people who have no idea how the storyline works. They have hundreds of thousands. I saw one with almost 1 million. It was like 740k likes or something.
Yeah.
And the theory was what if the rocket was us when we went back in time or something, like these really terrible things.
Yeah.
And the comments like, oh my god, you're right, oh my god. They have no idea, and I don't even think that's their fault. That's Fortnite need to tell the story better, in my opinion.
I think that's where we go wrong. We overcomplicate it when we do our videos, and we should just do that. I think that's where we go wrong.
Well,
that's true. Yeah. I'm just gonna say 5 realities exist. Done.
Cyan, you're the king of Cyan, you're the king of overcomplicating. But we love you for it. Look, here's the issue, right? Fortnite. What the fuck
Oh my god!
What just happened? Did Sean just gift? Hold on. What the fuck? Did Sean just gift more subs? Sean.
Yes.
Oh my god, guys, calm down. Chat. We officially have a hype train going on. Real quick, hold on. Round of applause for the one.
Nice, I'm one of them.
Let's get some W's and chicken in the chat for Sean. That's why you have to be on Twitch, chat. This is why you have to be on Twitch. It is ridiculous right now. If you are not on Twitch, what are you doing with your life?
How many people got watching all together?
If you're on 126, it looks like right now. Exclamation mark Twitch in chat. If you are on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, link in my bio. You can get over there right now. Maybe somebody will gift you a sub. I mean, that's probably more than enough. That's ridiculous. That's wild. Guys, thank you for your generosity. That's insane. We don't even have that many people watching right now to to take all those subs. That is ridiculous. Some of you guys got some subs for a couple months now, it looks like, so that's really good. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. That's wow. All right, let's keep going.
Those theories on TikTok though, man, that's the one I remember the most. But there was I saw one on Twitter too. Like I think it had like 14,000 likes, and it was someone rewatching the Chapter 1 Season 6 trailer, and you saw a 0.1 second flash of blue, like a blue light, and he thought,
and said that's Kado Thorne. Yeah.
yeah, what if that's Kado Thorne's time
They
machine?
can't
Like,
plan that far ahead, man.
yeah,
This
like,
hurts.
it's a blue light. I think Happy Power even retweeted it and said, "What if this is true?" Or like Rose onto something.
I
don't know.
think Jay actually said that was a good point as well.
I said it in the
Hold
video.
on, hold
'cause it
on
gets
one.
views.
Hold on
I
one.
just meant that point. So
Guys, I'm sorry.
putting it in the
Guys,
video.
I'm sorry. Eclipse Bunny just gifted 25 more
Oh my goodness.
subs. We have a sub war going on between Sean and Eclipse Bunny. This is hilarious.
I take 90% for existing.
Guys, go over to Twitch and get you a free sub. I have no idea why there's so many people on YouTube still. That is wild.
No,
Can
tedious.
people
What?
stack subs? Like the ones who are
YouTube
there?
is just the best platform.
Twitch.
Why
I
people
don't
are
think
not
you can. Can
reading.
you stack subs? I don't think you can.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
get 3 month subs. Since
Yeah, you can get Substack. Yeah,
Oh,
they
can you?
don't just
Oh,
disappear if somebody pays for them. If you only have 50 if you only have 50 people in chat and somebody gives 100 subs, well, everybody gets 2, I guess.
That's sick.
I thought it just goes to people that's on your followers list. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I wasn't here when I got gifted that.
You can choose who you gift it to as well. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
I didn't choose.
No, what I said, tedious, is they can retrospectively say it was always him as a sort of fit. But would I say they're wrong by saying it? No. But do I think they're silly? Yes. That's what I kind of said.
here's the thing, right? I feel like the storyline is in
Fortnite movie.
they need they need something that's concrete that people can chew on to get excited about when it comes to the lore. Because as it is right now, like it's just too over the place. Like it's too disjointed. There's nothing, like, that's why, like what Loot Station's saying, like these ridiculous ass theories. Like I used to, when I first started, I was making some wild theories too, right? But the thing is, at least we all did. But at least
You still do something.
But at least they were grounded. At least they were grounded in something that was relevant going on with the story, right? It's hard to do that right now because there's not a lot. Like it's so disjointed. Like
These don't make any sense, man. I don't understand.
But the thing
Makes
is,
sense.
but the thing is,
you're
you're
spend a lot of time.
you're gonna always get that
these
though.
people don't like how is the visitor in the rocket?
Oh, that. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, like how is the visitor in what this guy said or something? How is the visitor in the rocket us going back in time? Like what?
Well, that could just be the visitor
Exciting.
going back in time. That's valid. The rifts connect space and time, so the visitor himself could travel, but us as the visitor, you.
I want
It
to.
will connect with
Let
the
the man
idea,
talk
really.
for a second.
You're good. I wanted to ask you guys though. I want to start with tedious. Because okay, fuck you. I want to start with tedious.
This is one of my more quiet parts.
I know. Wow. Yeah. Normally you're the one talking. You're not saying shit, bro. On your Retros vibe right now. Crazy.
Because I don't know anything.
I don't know. I don't know anything. Okay, Cyan, calm down.
The last time that happened, we were on call for.
Okay, it's time out. Hold the banter for 5 seconds. I want to know. Do you think killing Kado Thorne was a mistake this season?
Yeah, I think what they should have done is had sort of. What I would have liked is obviously like a voice acted quest for this season, but I understand that with the certain things that happen, like strikes and everything, that couldn't happen. That's an issue beyond Epic's. You know, that's out of their hands. That's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of what actually happened with the plot, not necessarily like the execution of it, I would have liked us to have just gone to chapter 1 without any sort of significant moving the plot forward with Kado Thorne. But what I would have liked is this sort of looming enemy thing, and I would have ideally liked for that to be Kado as well. And it was sort of like he's taking over this island, so we've got to move to the chapter 1 map, and maybe there'll be signs of him coming through as well. And I would have liked the end of chapter 1 or the end of chapter 4, it's kind of also the end of chapter 1 event, to somehow involve a battle with Kado Thorne and having that more towards the end of that season so we can learn more about him. I don't think they gave it enough time. I think this season was too short. I think alone this season's story being very mediocre at best, whether or not that was how it was told, whatever, I think that with such a sort of like a non-event, I don't think that should be that shouldn't be a reason to kill any character off whatsoever. Like
I don't think
even Triggerfish got more than that in the
I don't let me say this. I don't think the season was too short. I understand why the season was shorter, right? I just don't think they managed their time I don't think they managed their time very wisely with it.
No, I'm just saying it was too short of a time frame for a character seemingly that crucial to the plot with so many connections to everything to just die off like that.
I see what you're saying. That's fair. What about the rest of you guys? What do you think about the Kado Thorne's death? Because when I was at, that was last week when we learned that, I was at TwitchCon and I was like really surprised. I was like, what do you mean they killed Kado Thorne? How? We just got here. I want to know how do you guys feel? What was your reaction? Like, how do you feel about the fact that they killed him off so quick?
Typical Fortnite.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
Typical
I feel like
storyline.
they just. You shouldn't kill off a character off screen, like almost no matter what. Like if it's Tomato Head dying, I don't really care. But Kado Thorne, he seemed really cool. Like if he was able to seem like he was important, that's bad because they just killed him off like that. It doesn't matter if he was meant to be important. Almost everyone thought he was.
The thing is, he was important, right? That's the thing. Like, I understand, like, he might not be like the really ultra omega final level boss villain, right? I get that, but he was like the villain set up for this season, and I don't think he was given. There's just, I don't know, the cut. Once again, it's the thing I've always said. Fortnite has the coolest concepts with the worst execution. I don't know. Jay?
The only thing I would say, the only saving grace, is that time travel could, well, not save him, because I guess he's dead. But I mean, if his time machine was dated to go back to the start of season 5, well before Sloan stole it, so there is some hope that he's travelled back before he died, and then, I don't know, maybe interact with the chapter 1 map. So when we go back, we could maybe, I don't know, interrupt the time flow, so maybe he doesn't end up dying at some point in the past. That sounded really Back to the Future, but I don't know.
Sorry, Jay, you continue, sir.
No, I was ending the point there. Really.
I think from listening to the stuff that you guys have been saying, which in other podcasts I haven't really done, but today I sort of just, took in what other people were saying. I think Cyan before said something about, he was talking about something, about how the time machine was just meant to be used to move this to move us into the next season. And honestly, that's what it seems like Epic's using the story as right now. Because I've been thinking about, like, what's really the issue with this chapter and why does the stuff that's happening not feel significant? And I've thought now, I'm like, okay, well, season 1, season 2 was built up to the Rift Gate, and then the Rift Gate was just used to, hey, it brought in a new world, new season, buy new skins, and then end of that season, it was, even though it wasn't confirmed, like, the city is, like, crumbling the ground or something, new jungle, and then, there's, like, a guy coming to the island, new season, like, it sort of just, it doesn't feel like there's any real significance, and what I would like to go back to is a sort of flowing state of the story where it's, I think the perfect example actually is chapter 2 season 5 to chapter 2 season 8, which I'd argue is probably the best era of the story. We had the 0 point was destabilizing and whatever, and then it got sealed off in the Spire, which happened in a live event. It made sense, it was to do with the character, it introduced a lot of new things.
Agreed.
And then it brought us into Primal, and was Primal still connected to the previous story? Yes, it wasn't, hey, there's new stuff. It was new stuff, and it was a lot of new stuff that people hated, but it was also references and voice lines from the Foundation and Jones and Bunker Jones and whatever else was going on. And then the Spire gets destroyed, and it attracts the Last Reality, and they're this faction who are really intimidating. They have, just an awesome feel to them. And then we find out, they're connected to all the cubes. Like, it was all sort of linking to stuff that we knew. It was it was exciting because it's new concepts that were well executed and made for exciting seasons, but it was still connected to things that we were familiar with and that we cared about. Like the Cube, I seriously think, I know people didn't like Chapter 2 Season 8, but I think Chapter 2 Season 7 and Chapter 2 Season 8, maybe not standalone seasons were the best. Well,
Nah.
actually Chapter 2 Season 7 was.
A
But
lot,
Chapter 2 Season 8, a lot of people hate, but I think that flow of those two seasons, it showed us a lot, it built up the faction really well, and we're sort of just missing that substance because I think either Charlie hasn't shown his passion yet, or like he's yet to, and it's going to be more apparent in Chapter 5, but whoever is sort of in control of it at the moment, or whatever group of people plan the story of Chapter 4, didn't really factor in, let's make this link back to the other
Yeah.
stuff.
I think when it. Go ahead, Saya.
I have thought about that in like these last weeks a lot because I wanted to figure out what exactly is going on, where the game event is going. Do they still care about the story? And to me, it's two things. I feel like they definitely still care about the story. The fact that none of the story devs got removed the time that they were removing devs is like, they definitely still need them down. They're not gonna be like, what else would the devs do there if like they're not gonna care about the story anymore?
They weren't trying to get rid of people on the development team though. That for
No,
for
like,
Fortnite.
from the
For Fortnite.
no one
No one-
entirely. When the development
no one
team got taken.
entirely from the story team got removed. No one.
Well, once again, that wasn't really their focus, right? When they were trying to get rid of people, what was it? What's the guy's name? Oh God, Tim Sweeney. Tim Sweeney was saying that no one that was
Just sad, man.
no one, no one that was
Seriously.
no one that was part of their core development team got laid off. That would include the storyline, right? Like the storyline is part of their, so they're not going to get rid of those people. Didn't mean, my bad, not to cut you off, but
So then the story is still matters, and the thing I want to keep going with is like, to me, chapter 4, because like every time in every season they kept bringing up more about the triarchy, more about like the Lexa with Oathman and stuff in like a small ways in every season, and to me it definitely feels like they had a lot planned, but because of what was going on at Epic Games, how it was such a mess in there with everything they're doing, they didn't get the resources they needed to execute these plans. So instead they had to change it, they had to tell it in the cheapest way, and they had to change some cool parts of it to make it simpler, so it just fits that simple way. They just wanted to tell it. And because there's also this that makes me think that they have been focusing so much on like hyping up the next two seasons instead of like this season, last season and stuff. To me, that's why I wasn't like I didn't go like sad when Kado died with no like video or anything, because I knew it's gonna happen. Because like they made it obvious they're not gonna put too much resources in the current seasons. But I hope, since next season is gonna be the end of that, they better fix that from the next season. I give them a pass till now.
I disagree with that. It wouldn't cost a lot, and to be fair, a company like Epic, you need to spend money. They don't even make money as it is anyway. There's no point saving it all for the future, and by the time you get there, everyone's like, well, I don't care now, I've left. You have to rethink the now and present. You're talking about I don't know how much it's...
That's why they even brought Chapter 1 back. It's because, as I said, they want to put all the focus. That means everything, all the money, not too much into right now. So they...
Wait, hold on, stop. Cyan, hang on. They want to put all the focus into what?
On the from next season, in the next two seasons. So Chapter 1 brings back the hype, and Chapter 1 Return is going to bring back the hype, and Chapter 5 is finally going to be when they put all the focus into there, and from there, their new era is
going to Chapter 5's done it for in terms of development. So when in development Chapter 4, they're not going, well, we need to...
They're already doing the third season of Chapter 5.
Well,
yes, that's how development works. Like, they're
Well-
so far ahead.
well,
Why
ho-
wouldn't they have gone so rubbish in chapter 4 and
To-
go, well, let's do on chapter 5? That seems stupid.
Well,
what I-
Jay,
Same thing they did last chapter.
hold on, Jay. To be fair, I do understand why, because next Science partially. I think you're both partially right. I see where you're coming from, Jay, but I'm leaning more towards Science, and here's why. Next season is going to be a month-long live event. We have to go through a year's worth of content in 30 days. There's no way that doing, like, first of all, they had to recreate the OG map, right? Now you have the added challenge of, okay, we have fucking 0 builds, right? Which we didn't have back then. The player base is different. The way the game works is so much different now. What elements do we want to keep? What elements do we want to take away? How do we want to promote this, right? We know that we're going back to what seems like a 1-for-1 OG Fortnite island. We're still a little unsure of what mechanics we're going to get, but we know for a fact we're going to be going from Season 5 to Season X. Like I said, it's about a year's worth of content. In order to do that within that short time frame, remember that you're talking about the most update in heavy, intense part of Fortnite history ever. That period of time, the game in itself within a season had a ridiculous amount of updates. And so now you're going to have basically all of those updates happening within the course of a season's worth of updates in a week, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I know this is just a theory on my part, but I won't be surprised if we're going to have like daily updates. Like the map is going to change every day. Like you're going to have to log in every day to see what changed on the map. In order for them to do that, that takes a lot of, like, they would have to go back and look and see what they did back then for each season at different points to make, and then time it for different parts of specific weeks next. Like that's a lot of shit, right? That's a lot of research that they have to do. That's a lot of that. Like, let me put it this way: we've got an entire chapter, all of chapter 4 with like a very few updates. Now they're going to give us a year's worth of updates in a single month, right? Also, I wanted to point this out too. Don't y'all find it interesting how we're going back to chapter 1, season 5? Like that's the starting point right there. And we're going through season X. Like we're going to OG Fortnite. And this is one of the other things I wanted to bring up to you guys. Why I want to ask y'all. I'm gonna start with Jay because I want Jay to give his chance to respond, but I also want him to address this too. Why do you think we're going back specifically to chapter 1 season 5 over maybe chapter 1 season 3 or chapter 1 season 2, right? Because those were arguably like super iconic, especially chapter 1 season 3. A lot of people started chapter 1 season 3. That's when like the Ninja Drake era was. So why do you think they're starting off at chapter 1 season 5 specifically?
A few reasons. Storyline wise, I can say a big massive crack left by the visitor might be a good introduction point as to travel back. Obviously with all the rifts happening in real life teasers, with obviously the icon creators like Tuna Tatman, Dr. Lupo, it actually makes a lot of sense sort of going towards there and rather not. Season 4, obviously the crack that hadn't happened yet, well at the end of that season I guess. But obviously the rifts and things rifting in and out of the island, this is really a good cover story, I guess, and they want to refocus on the lore, because then it's like, was it time travel? Was it this? Was it? It leads to a bit of intrigue, which going at any other point wouldn't really have prior to season 5. I don't think you would have that. But then I guess, maybe I was talking to Cyan about how they cover it in season 1 of Loki. They could change time in places where there's like natural disasters, because less eyes, more eyes would be on it, but more things happen to the point where you couldn't pinpoint things that happen because it's too chaotic.
Right.
So it's easier to change things than something that's less chaotic and it would be seen by the TVA. So like, maybe I'm not saying they're going to take it straight play for play, but I was like, maybe that's a reason, because there's so much things that went on anyway in that season. You could just easily bring in new things and no one in that timeline would notice. So maybe that's why they're going in that season.
I see. How do I say this?
I'm back, sorry.
I didn't know you were gone.
Yeah.
I said it'll be 5 minutes. 5 minutes ago in the chat, and I said to invite me, I can join now if you want me to join.
Unbelievable. Okay, somebody send him.
I say,
I'm excited at the idea that we're going back to chapter 1, right? Also, Jay, did you want to rebut anything that I had said earlier about Epic having to put a lot of time and development into next season?
I get what you're saying, but I'm like, for an odd trailer or something different, I mean, it wouldn't have been much.
Yeah,
it's like I get what you're saying, but they're like,
you're just talking about they could have done like the bare minimum, and
the bare minimum. It's like a company like that, you've got to be spending millions of pounds, and that probably half of it goes down the drain and things that go wrong. So I do get that there is stress about that, but I'm like, just for like
look, to be fair, you're right. They could have done it, but they probably didn't feel like it. I'll give you an example. Right today, I almost did the bare minimum for the pod. I almost didn't make a thumbnail for the podcast today. I was about to be like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna use the teaser one that I had for us, right? But I said, last 40 minutes, and I was stressing out. But last 40 minutes, I was like, okay, I'll make us a thumbnail, right? Didn't need to, didn't have to. It doesn't necessarily like change the quality of the live stream or anything, right? But I ended up doing it. But in Epic's case, yeah, they could probably do it, but they're probably just like, fuck it, I don't feel like we're having all this shit going on for next season. Let's get everybody hyped about that, and So I think you're right. I think they have the resources to do it. Absolutely, they could probably even find some intern there, be like, hey, homie, we need you to make a fucking cutscene of Kado Thorne dying. I don't know, like, you just put that together, make it like 45 seconds, get everybody excited, and yeah. But they didn't want to.
Ferals.
They did. You're right. Yeah, actually, he is.
He's working on,
He's working. Frails is working on a very big project right now. Get ready, by the way, chat. Some very cool's happening with Ferals very soon. But I want to get the rest of your guys' thoughts on season 1. Returning back to season 1, how you think it's going to affect the storyline? What you're hoping to see is it going to reinvigorate any interest in the storyline for you as we go back in time? Feel free, anybody, talk, somebody. Actually, Tater should probably start because she's been kind of quiet.
Yeah. So I think the obvious thing is, like, it probably has to do with the cube, because that was like the big thing that happened that season. What I want from it is to be seeing the story from a different perspective. I mean, we didn't really get a lot of perspective from then. Things just happened. But I want to know why the cube came to the island, and I'm hoping that will explain it, and I'm hoping that's what they're planning on doing by going back to season 5.
Yeah, that's a on that point, right? Like, I'm hoping that, like, this whole, like, rewind thing gives us a lot of answers to, like, unanswered questions that we've had. Anybody else have, like, any unanswered questions that they want answered that they can think of while we go back and go ahead?
I want to know with season 5 about the whole drift mask thing, because I think that could be a really interesting thing that they play into if, like, Kado Thorne is somehow involved with it, because it said someone gave him that mask to track him, and if I think if that was Kado Thorne, like, maybe, the mask was something from his collection or something along those lines, I don't know. But I think what I would want to see is sort of how does the story that's happening now play into what happened back then? Because I think in some sense it sort of has to with the time travel element. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't, like with what Jay was saying, right? There's all this stuff disappearing in season 5. It makes sense that Epic would want to time it around there, even if they don't care about this story as such. It could be really cool and also really easy to just go, okay, stuff was disappearing because worlds were colliding. Yes, that's true, but also at the same time, Kado Thorne was taking stuff because, it was well timed. He could just be hidden amongst all the other catastrophe that was going on. And I would also like to see, I haven't brought these guys up in what feels like ages.
Oh no.
The season 7 and 8 story of, like, the
I swear to God,
Ice King and Fire King stuff. I want to see. I want to see
I
more.
definitely want to know more about that.
That, because they came back up in the comics. His shield was found. Like, there were quite a few teas. The main skin of next season for the crew is advertised like as the hybrid thing. Like, I think surely there has to be some sort of relevance.
Ice King.
What?
Please.
He said to reskin the Ice King, which I would.
Oh.
He actually.
Oh, I would love that.
He needs a redesign. Actually, I would love to see a modern reskin on him. That'd be so cool. He's actually, you know what? He's actually one of. There are a lot of those like big boss, evil-looking guy skins from Chapter 1 that could really use a modern revamp.
Exactly.
There's so many of those that'd be really good to see. But my bad, TDs. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Remember when everyone thought he was Kado Thorne at the start of the season?
People thought
I wish
the
that was
Ice
the
King was Kado Thorne.
He's a collector related to some sort of moon thing. That's what we had.
I don't
Oh
agree
yeah,
with
people
Kado,
thinking.
no.
Oh, sorry, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of thought.
No, I meant with
thought,
the teasers, not
Yeah,
the start of
sorry,
the
sorry.
seasons.
Yeah, sorry. Oh
I
my
see
God,
what
is
you're
that another
saying.
TikTok one.
It's like,
Actually,
oh,
I'll do that after the video.
Kado Thorne is
is
Midas's
Kado
dad.
Thorne the Ice King? Kado Thorne is
Well,
Midas's
on a
son.
surface level, it may not look like it. But
I'm
if you
his
look in the
son,
back
how
of
dare
the
you.
tiny blog post, you can actually find a piece of text.
Everyone's confused about the little sticky boy that shoots ice out of it now, right? Shout out to Little the
Is
Snow.
it you have a red version of that suit?
You know who? Okay, real quick. You know what question I want answered for next season? I want to know why the fuck Singularity. I want to know what happened to Singularity.
I heard the start.
I want to know what happened to Singularity. I want to know why she was in the vault. I want to know what her involvement with the mech was. I swear to God.
Everything goddess, yes, Jay.
You don't want to hear it.
Yes.
He is not the everything goddess.
Oh no! Now you got loot station triggered. Oh Lord.
Everything.
But yeah, I want to
Well,
know. I want some backstory to Singularity. I need some clarification, bro.
Please.
Everything goddess.
Did you remember
There is-
that skin I
there is-
saw in a survey? Now it looked like a new Vault Kid because it looked like a bit like the Vault, the design of the suit.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah.
I was like,
something about
could be
the
coming next
screen door
season.
thing.
Oh no, that was about Triumph Knox. Oh no, sorry,
Oh.
that what? Yeah, I did do like take a part in that
It
for
was
this
like
one.
it looked kind of like a mummy.
Like a mummy?
Wait, what are we talking
Like
about?
an
No.
Egyptian. I mean,
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
this is a brief recollection. I could be well
yeah,
off.
I see what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
probably
no,
find
no,
it.
no, it's-
There is one thing no one brought up though, like the key that Optimus talked about. There
The
has
key.
been a oh,
Sorry.
That was good. That was awesome. I loved it. But the island that floated in Chapter 1 is back right now. I think that's
Wait, what?
a teaser to it.
Oh yeah. Blue
Wait.
Island.
I definitely think that's teasing that the floating island is really important.
I mean,
But isn't that
Loot-
just a loot lake from a different reality because it's got loads of it had loads of Oathbound stuff on it.
No,
Someone-
Oathbound. It's
Someone
the
brought up a
same.
really
It's the same house, but under it is filled with kinetic ore. And I'm like, to me, because in the Season X also, the island returns from another dimension or something. So to me, it feels like that island is gonna be a key importance with the cube under it.
Do you remember what Amy said? I was halfway through streaming yesterday and it clicked with me. I went, hold on. We were saying something about next season and this, and I said, wait, kinetic ore wasn't on the old island. How are they going to work that one around? But
maybe it was always there. Maybe Kinetic Ore was the friends we met along the way. You know.
yeah.
Oh my god, he's my son.
Wait, what?
what?
Wait, what? No.
Do you know
don't-
what that joke means?
No, I just said some dumb
I
shit.
don't- No, but I understand. Never mind.
Okay.
What are you
I,
sending, Taylor?
I think Cyan didn't understand your thing of the friends we made along the way, so he just said some random shit.
Oh, I see what you're
Oh,
saying.
that's good. Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't
I
know.
know the joke. I don't know where it is from.
Who cares? It was a stupid joke,
From
but
like anywhere? I don't know.
Bruh.
oh god.
Know the lore.
But anyway, so you guys are intriguing me with this whole, because I keep forgetting that the Loot Island is Loot Lake, the island that was in the middle of Loot
What
Lake.
if Kado Thorne stole it?
The thing is though, right? Like it was always interesting to me that when the cube, because the cube did get to the Fortnite Island in Chapter 1, Season 5, which is also another very pivotal reason why we're probably returning to this chapter. But
arguably
cu-
the best part of the story.
It honestly was chapter 1, season 5.
No, I don't mean that time. I mean the cube itself and the last reality are arguably when they had actually relevance.
That's
really good.
Well, I'm just kind of saying that, but I'm also like talking about like that period of time too was really interesting because I remember playing it was exciting to play the game at that time
fun.
because it was the mystery of like this cube. But not like, bro. Nothing. Listen, when that cube started running around the island and like you could get squashed by it and shit, bro, and it was leaving runes and stuff on the ground, and then it made a giant bouncy castle out of the middle of Loot Lake. Like I want to play on that again. When that update comes out, I'm playing all day. Bro. Oh my god, that was so much fun. Anyway,
Do you think they'll bring back LPN?
Purple water.
I hope they bring back
LTMs. I'm
LTMs.
that that's gonna be what we
That'd be
start
really
on.
cool.
It might literally. Oh no.
No,
because
we're-
back to the start of season 5. But how are they gonna make the cube move around in like a week?
They just do it over the course of a day, probably.
Okay.
Someone leaked it. I don't know if
But-
it's 100% or not. They said the time is just gonna go super fast. The things are gonna go crazy.
Yeah, once again you have to go through a year's worth of updates in 1 month. Like that's insane.
Through the individual updates.
So,
It's a year. It's exactly a year, isn't it?
yeah, I think so. From season 5 to season X. But what I was trying to get at was from a storyline perspective, the cube seemed to be attracted to the island, right? And really it's arguably because the 0 point was underneath. It was trying to expose the 0 point. If the cube was
Actually didn't ever think about that.
I have another idea on that.
look.
Yeah,
Wait, Tedious, Tedious, I thought we talked about that at one point, but maybe not. But
No, that seems really obvious, but I think it's spot on.
But yeah, I think that was the point, right? Because remember, so this is my thinking, and I don't know if I said this in a video or on a podcast, but I know I've talked about this somewhere before. But at any rate, this has been my whole thinking, right? So season 4 onward is really when the story is taking place, right? But you have the visitors rocket. That leaves a bunch of rifts. What that does, we didn't know it at the time, but that left us exposed to the last reality. The last reality sends a scout, that scout being the cube, because it's trying to find the 0 point. They're trying to get rid of the 0 point. Cube comes down. It's going all throughout the island, trying to hone in on where the 0 point is, realizes it's in the center. That's when it goes into Loot Lake, melds with the Loot Lake island, and then starts lifting it up to expose the 0 point, and all the crazy shit started happening with that. That's kind of how in my mind how the whole series of events started going into motion. Cyan, you have a different thought process on that?
It's like, so to me, the cube came and it made ruins in season 5. Then it started floating. Then it went to all those ruins, took energy from it, then threw the ruins away. Then used that energy to just like shoot a massive beam into the sky while it was exploding. And at the exact same time, a cosmic storm was made right near the ice moon. It hit the ice moon, destroyed it. And at the exact day after the cube explodes, a chunk of Polar Peak is in the waters coming towards us. So to me, Cube was sent to bring in the monster, because as Cube Queen said also, everything that happened in the story was their plan. He was sent to bring the monster in.
I don't know. I mean, the Cube Queen said in her anthem that everything we thought was everything we thought. Yeah,
the game I made for you.
The game I made for you. Yeah.
And
But I
there is
don't
a lot
believe
of
it's
proof
that
for it.
extreme. I don't know.
That's a
Maybe
bit,
not that.
yeah. To me,
Yeah, I
that
think it's
seems
very far-fetched.
that seems a bit convoluted. It's like why?
It's so vague.
The cube
Like the
opened.
Well, like the exact day after the cube exploded, the Polar Peak thing was in the water coming towards us. It's not.
That doesn't
like
have to be
that-
intentional though. All
Well,
that,
even
all
in
you're,
the
all you're,
comics, they say-
all you're
That
just.
was just a plot point. I don't think it's any more than just moving plot along. And it was then obviously it was brought up in the Zero War comics. So I do get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
they said the cosmic storm hit it, and cosmic storm, even if you like follow the Save the World story, it's basically the storm that Cube causes and everything.
I mean,
Yeah, that
you're
is
probably,
true.
but I don't think there's any more than.
Now, it's
What
definitely
you're
that,
saying,
I'm
you're saying
not
that
gonna-
was intentional. but the cube still tried to open the portal to the last reality. But it was one cube. It overpowered itself and exploded.
Why would it do that? The cube is not as stupid. It definitely had a
It
reason
overpowered.
to
It
do that.
cracked. It
Yeah,
tried to
like,
draw too
think
much
about
energy
it,
from the
think
0
about
point.
it.
It cracked.
Think about it. The cube is not like programmed to be dumb. It would do it for
Hold
a
on.
reason. No
Wait,
one
Cyan,
attacked it.
Cyan, how do you know a cube is programmed? How do you know that cubes don't have specific functions? How do you
Because but even if you think, even if it's living.
No,
or not,
answer that
no
question.
one-
How do you know that cubes can't be programmed with specific functions? If its function was to just expose the 0 point and implode before anybody could do too much research on it, why not?
Well, like that didn't really happen though. Like it didn't expose the 0 point
It
or anything.
did. The whole
It did.
it
If you remember
definitely
the
did.
whirlpool, there was a pink glow, so I presume it was never shown, but I guess it somehow managed to open the vault because there was a pink glow. It must have come from and there was a whirlpool there. The vault door, if it
If
somehow
that island was never there, we would have never gotten into the vault. If
Mhm.
that island,
If that island was never removed, we would have never exposed
yeah, so
the.
that's what I mean.
No,
Yeah,
you're
but
right. I got you.
also-
I got what you're trying to say.
Who was the reason the whole entire chapter 1 went the way it did for chapter 2 to happen and for the last reality to
I guess
happen?
visitor.
It
arguably the
The
visitor.
monster was the exact same thing that like forced Paradigm to bring out the 0 point, damage it, and that's
you
led
arguing
into
that-
all the terrible things that happened with the last reality.
Why can the
easily
cube
coming
not
in.
being in? Why can the cube not be intended to just cause both?
I'm saying no, I'm not saying it didn't cause the other
If the
one. I'm
cube
saying
goes
like,
into that
I'm
island,
saying-
it raises the island, exposes the 0 point for the monster to get it, resulting in the end of
yeah,
chapter
I'm saying
1. That's the
everything
right
that like kind of happened in chapter 1 and chapter 2, definitely all of it was planned by the last reality.
Definitely.
Now listen, right?
Huh.
Listen, right? Imagine if when we go back to chapter 1, imagine like getting like cut scenes of like filling in plot holes of the storyline. Like imagine like we get like a cut scene when season 7 starts about the ice moon exploding or whatever that they're trying to come in. That would be so sick, like cut scenes of that.
Storyline fan can only wish.
Yeah, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that transition into season or chapter 5.
Let's
That
hope.
that would
That'd be
that
so
would
cool.
chapter 5. We know that we're going to be getting a big live event moving forward. But you know what I think? Okay, fuck it. We can talk about this now too. I'm thinking the live event for us going into chapter 5 is going to be a rework of the season X event, the black hole event.
Yes, it is.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing, and this is what I find odd, right? This is the weirdest thing, and it's so crazy because no one is talking about this right now. But okay, we know we're building up to season X. We know how season X ends, but we also know originally the island when we got sucked into the black hole, it basically gave us 2 Fortnite islands and a flip side to the map. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think we're going to be doing that again, right? What in the hell are we building up to in season 5? What kind of map? Like, what is going to be the conclusion to after a month of going back through chapter 1 through the end? Are we actually going to end up going to like a chapter 1 season 11 kind of situation where it's like we're on that OG island, but now it's got like a bunch of new shit on it? So in other words, instead of creating 2 sides, right? Instead of creating a flip side, two separate islands that are both like on one half on top of each other, right? Are we just gonna get like a reworked chapter 1 island with like a bunch of new shit?
What, for chapter 5?
Yeah, for chapter 5.
No, I think they're just going to sever it after this season. This is basically to say hurrah, and then they're going to sever the connection.
I think this is
How much
genius. This chapter 1 season is going to bring back so many old players, and then like having chapter 5 start, like people who are going to be like, "Oh my god, new map!" Like, you know.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's already working. Like I can look at my comment section on different videos, and that people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming back. I'm getting my old squad to come back."
5 years, but I'm gonna come
Check out
back,
the
yeah.
I'm actually gonna-
from Fortnite. It's one of the most liked and views one for
I was
OG
just looking
returning.
at that. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna try to get my old
I bet
squad
you
from
have
back
it.
then back too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun
I
to have them back
a
on.
great idea why they're doing it like this.
Go ahead, tell us.
Okay, so look at it like this. to me, it's said that the black hole is gonna happen again, and there is gonna be like the rails from Mega and stuff in the live event. To me, like Jones and stuff are gonna try to like with the time machine or something collide the chapter 1 time in the end at season X and the chapter 4 time into each other. And once that's happening around exactly the same time as the black hole is happening, so when that's happening, do you remember what the black hole did? It took the entire map, and as Donald Mustard said, with the same thing and more, it created the double-sided flip side. And to me, I think this black hole is gonna suck in the entire chapter 4 and the entire chapter 1. They're gonna rebuild the flip side, but this time it's a mix of chapter 4, chapter 2, chapter 1, all of these, and they're gonna make a new maps for open world as well.
But I thought about
What
that.
is this
I
open
don't
world thing?
understand
Exactly?
that.
What is this open world thing exactly?
We don't
Is it
know.
a whole new game mode or
For
what?
me,
I
it's
don't-
gonna be a reality traveling
It's really
game
just
mode.
speculation.
We have no idea what it's gonna
Isn't
be.
Fortnite already
Do we?
an open
Is
world?
it even confirmed that it's coming out next
Yeah.
chapter?
No, an
It
open
seems
world will
like-
be more like you can just do what you want to do, and there'll be no time-specific things.
The leaks say
Um,
after the live events, we're
I'd say
gonna
a lot
like
of it.
transition into open world from then.
Yeah, but the issue is the leaks also have told us that, oh yeah, we're gonna be getting weapon attachments, and we're also gonna be getting first person. That shit never fucking happen.
There'll be no
Live
sprinting or
events ones
mantling
don't
in
really
chapter 1.
lie,
Wall
so I don't know
running.
about that one.
So it's just like I'm sure it's in the works. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I'm not so certain that they're gonna be able to get
I
that
don't think it
done.
will be next chapter.
They've
no,
been
because
working
they
on
said
it for
so much.
longer than 3 years.
That is
Well, they've been
so
working
so
on
they.
first person for longer than 3
Thank
years,
you.
I'm pretty sure.
I was about to
not
say that they've been working on first person for a long time, and like we still haven't
Yeah,
gotten
but,
that.
like, even if they
Not
haven't
that
been working
long,
on it
it's like-
as long, think about how much more difficult it would be to make an entirely new open world mode, or to just add
That's a new-
camera option.
That's a
and
new
make
game.
The camera option isn't that easy either because the guns are not made for it.
I'm
None
not
of the
saying
guns are-
it
Th-
is. I'm
that
not
that's
saying
you're
it
proving
is.
his point, Cyan.
You're proving my point. You're saying it would take a long time, and for them to say,
Yeah, but,
"Oh,
like-
it's confirmed to come out chapter 4 season 2," everyone's like, "Holy shit!" You know,
We've-
first person chapter 4 season 2, and then it doesn't happen. Just means don't. I know you want to be hopeful, but don't be disappointed when chapter 5 turns around and it doesn't come out.
Yeah, and the only thing we get is like a new map and like fucking wall running. Like that's what it'll end up being.
Welcome.
They
welcome
wouldn't
to
say
your
chapter
new
5 is
island.
gonna be like one of the biggest. Like,
The 0
something
point
we've
is
never seen
gone.
before.
Like
They already said-
Okay, Cyan, they've said that every single
No,
chapter.
they never said it. They've
Yes, they
never. Go
did.
check.
Yes,
Go
they
search.
did.
They've never.
wait,
said
Cyan, they've never said what?
What?
Hang on, what did they never
They've
say?
never
Community,
said that,
every
like.
single chapter have
No,
said,
they have.
"Oh,
Go search.
Hold on, no, I want to know what are you arguing about? They've never said what.
They have never in any chapters beginning, like they have never said like this is gonna like the content in this is gonna be on like never before or
Oh, I
something like
didn't know
that.
you.
This is a-
I thought you meant the community.
No, this from Epic themselves. They said chapter 5 and stuff is gonna be on like never before.
Well,
That's
yeah.
the
I don't
thing.
believe that.
Well,
It's
they
not gonna
are you
be
talking
just
are you
a
talking
normal
are you
one.
talking about that post that they sent out to the content creators talking about how, oh my gosh, the fall and winter is going to be so amazing for content? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that. They said it's gonna be like content like
Listen,
never before.
I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that chapter 5 is going to bring in a lot of really cool stuff, and I think that returning us to chapter 1 is a genius marketing strategy, but because it's going to bring it's not an accident that we're going to have a 1 month long OG chapter hyping up, bringing back all this nostalgia, all these old streamers, right? And it's a month before we're launching the new chapter. But at the same time, right, and this is why, going back to my original point, when I'm thinking about that black hole event remixed, when we come on the other side of the black hole this time, right, I'm wondering, are we, like, how do I say this? You're going to have people getting used to, like, a lot of OG stuff. You're going to be, like, leaning on nostalgia really heavily for an entire month, and then you're going to throw people into a new chapter. At that point, you're going to have a captive audience, probably a lot of people that have returned back to the game because of that nostalgia. But you're going to want to keep those people that you've brought back into the new game. So how do you do that? The way you would do that is you take the old stuff, but you find a way to remix it. And I'm not talking about like a Neo-tilted type situation. I'm wondering if there's going to be like a heavier emphasis on some of the OG shit in the game. Like I'm wondering, for example, will we have more of the old POI? Will they give us like a bigger island, but now it has more of the old POIs? Will we have like a blend, like Cyan was saying? I do kind of agree with this to some degree. I could see potentially like a blending of multiple maps from different eras together, right? This is the 6-year anniversary of Fortnite, or the 5-year anniversary? Or is it 5 or 6? 6, right?
6.
6 years. So you've got a lot of stuff. You've got 4 maps and 6 years worth of content that you can pull from. So why, instead of like, if there's going to be a lot of brand new stuff, don't get me wrong, but there's also a lot of old stuff that they can bring back for fans of the game that have been playing for every season. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if you see Pleasant Park, Retail Row, Salty, Tilted, like those 4 locations specifically. I could definitely see those being still being on the map moving forward, even from a storytelling perspective. I can still see those locations being on the new map in Chapter 5 moving forward, because they want to retain some of the OG elements that we've been playing, that we're gonna play on for the next month. You know what I mean? Like they put in all this effort to bring the OG island back. I feel like they're gonna want to keep some of that. But
yeah, and to me, I think they're gonna do the flip side again, but this time let us play both maps.
that would, I don't know about that one. That would
I'm not
be.
sure if someone brought
It
this
would
up
make
because I
sense, so
zoned out
if
for
you-
like a minute. Cyan.
If you got
Cyan, hold on. Let Tater talk.
Oh, sorry.
What if instead of going to the Chapter 2 map, like everything plays out the same or roughly the same for the Black Hole event, but we go to the Chapter 3 map instead and we see what happened on there while like Chapter 2 was happening?
That would be
Chapter 5.
neat. That I've been curious about that for a long time. I'd love to see that, actually. Jay.
Yeah, because surely
That
things
makes
changed
sense.
on the Chapter 3 map with the Chapter 2 map, right?
Well, that was the thing. It's like, what happened? So we were on the Chapter 2 map that entire time, right? But like, what was all the people that were on the flip side, that were on the Chapter 3 island? What were they experiencing? Like, what was the aftermath of the black hole like for them on that side?
Galactus event.
Yeah, what was the Galactus
Yeah,
event
sure,
like
it's
for
fucking-
them?
No one
That
on
must have been a mad event for them. Hey, oh.
Oh my God! Is that a hand? Who's this purple guy? And the crazy part is, like, actually, what the fuck? Hold on, time out. What the fuck were the 7 doing during that time, bro? Like, this giant
watching the legs.
purple
Taking a nap.
demon guy is just stretching his hand, absorbing the energy of the 0 point, and they're just hanging out. So I'm like, well, I guess we're fucks. Like, GG's.
They would have seen his legs upside down. That's
They
what
had no interaction.
They were fighting the legs.
They had
They
no
were fighting
interaction.
the legs.
It's just the foundation punching
Everything's
a.
probably fine over there.
This is the foundation like punching his kneecap.
Fighting the feet.
It's just, but like they had no interaction. They had no interaction with the Avengers. So it's just like, what were the 7 doing?
You know when Sloane says to, Jones walks off before she says it, but don't grab the attention of the 7. I'm like, no, they were fine. They didn't really care.
Yeah.
Galactus. What else? Didn't they not have something else in between that? I was like, why didn't that come out either?
The Storm event would have been another one. It was just like, what the fuck's
It's the
going?
device event. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Like what? Like why is the Storm being pushed? Because wait, so that also begs the question: was the Storm being pushed back on their side of the island? Is what, like, were the?
That's what I was just about to say. I couldn't speak.
No, fuck you. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead,
It'd be
Luke.
cool if they like closed in on them instead.
What's that?
Luke.
Was there 2 separate storms then on both maps, or was it all one? It must have been all one storm, right?
You would think so, because
Like from the
maybe because the 0 point is the creator of the Storm. So
Is it-
So it must have been happening at the same time on both
both.
sides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few points to this. Obviously, in the Imposter Game Mode trailer, Sloane walks through and you see behind her like loads of different loot phases of Storm.
Mhm.
So that for a while, people were like, "Oh, I wonder if there's like many games going on at the same time," but then people just forgot about that one.
The 7 would have
Yeah,
been
the chap.
Yeah.
I know they didn't want to show us the chapter 3 map early, but shouldn't the chapter 3 map have been in the storm area in the imposter's mode as well? Apparently it wasn't, so maybe there was.
It didn't seem like they had any idea what was going on the chapter 3 map. I don't think I really knew.
I did a video about this. I said, sorry, how did the Imagine Order base know? Have a warning system to prepare them for the island flipping over in the eventuality that it did, but then didn't know about the flip side is a bit of a massive plot hole. Why didn't they not prepare to fight against the 7 and they thought they were on the other side? Or wasn't that maybe why Sloan said don't grab their attention?
Oh man.
Yeah, this is just
This is why I think. So do you know how like Foundation, Visitor, all of those guys are always in like a meteor or sleep there? To me, they do not wake up. Every time they wake up, it's always when something happens, something goes different for them. To me,
that can't be the case. Hang on, time out. That can't be the case. You know why? Because so there's a couple of points to this actually, but all that infrastructure that didn't exist on the OG island when we came back to the flip side on chapter 3, the fucking 7's headquarters, all the new POIs and shit that had been established because of the 7's involvement there, that took time to set up. They couldn't have been asleep. They couldn't have been dormant in hibernation.
I think they went after that. Like they did that, and then after that they went into the thing they did, and the IO didn't want to like kind of make them active again. Being why they didn't want anyone to like contact them anything. When Jones brought Foundation back, that was exactly when like all the 7 started coming back too. So Jones kind of reactivated the 7.
I don't think so. Because the other issue is 2, right? The 7, what it seems like, and I could be wrong with this, but it seems like the 7 first became a team right after the black hole event, right? Because it seems like certain people defected from the Imagine Order right before Paradigm.
I remember talking about this.
Yeah, TDs, you and I had a long talk about this.
That was a really fun conversation.
Yeah, this is some interesting. This is the interesting shit that's never talked about in the Fortnite storyline, right? This is the stuff that we want to see. But like, it seems like certain people wanted to defect from. There are certain people defected from the Imagine Order and formed the 7 during different like moments in chapter 1, leading up to like clearly the 7 was formed by the time the Paradigm piloted the mech, right? Like, otherwise the Foundation would have been outraged by her working with the Imagine Order and all that shit. And then you fast forward. The weird thing is, though, and fucking Zero War ruined this, right? The confusing part is who was the 7th member when the scientist says Loot Station's favorite line? Go ahead, Loot, say it.
We've actually... he's muted.
Oh, goddamn. Wow, Loot Station, that was your one time to actually say your line, bro. You know, when the scientist actually said what the 7 of us are attempting is very risky or whatever. Yeah. Who was the 7th member? Because apparently Paradigm's just literally up there chilling on the moon. So who was it? Was it Singularity? But if it was Singularity, I swear to God, Cyan.
I mean, time travel. We're all going back there. I say whack Sloan in it. Just whack Sloan in it. She would do a good job.
Yeah, we were in the rocket. It was us
being a
from
Wait, no. I actually like the idea of us piloting the rocket. Imagine that for an event.
She put that up in the stream.
Oh, hey, that might
The 7th rocket.
I think that makes sense. Just from the standpoint of that would be sick for an event.
That might be this Fortnite event. But hold on. But would that mean that we were the rocket also in Season X?
Yeah.
The one that was floating there that Jonesy saw when he was floating through the trailer? Oh, wow. So, hold on.
I've been thinking about how it could be a butterfly effect.
What do you mean the one that Jonesy saw?
Oh, now you're back? Now you want to start talking? Wow. You had one job. I set you up so well, bro. You were supposed to come in here, say your line, right, and then be quiet again for another 30 minutes. Literally. Yeah, you. Yeah, I know, but I set you up for it this time. I was like, the one line, go ahead, Loot Station. Crickets, bro. Literally just sat here waiting for you to say it, and absolutely.
7 of us.
Nothing from you the entire time. I'm so disappointed.
Why, do you want me to say it now?
Yeah, but
No, moment's gone.
Say it, do it.
Fucking hate you. No, just go ahead. Go ahead. You can say it. I'll let you say it the one time.
We should all say it together.
No, let's not.
But the 7 of us are attempting is very
I'm ending the stream.
risky.
I'm into the stream.
No, don't do that! I haven't talked about the 5 realities
Okay,
yet.
fuck.
No, actually do end this.
Bad cyan down.
Oh my
Dude, maybe pull the spray bottle. No. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
No, Cole, that's
Five
what we're saying.
realities.
That's what we're saying though about season 5. Kado Thorne can mess around with time because of the rifts. And that empty rocket was always put in there so we could do this. Now, some people might argue that Donald and stuff didn't think this far ahead, but that would be a good way in.
Right.
I mean, did they think this far ahead, or
It'd be a
did
way to
did
cover
they
it up.
retcon it? Did they retcon it for Zero War,
If it-
knowing they would go in this direction?
Even if
Well,
it's a
that's such a good
retcon,
idea.
even if it's a retcon, it's a damn good. Why are you
Is it? Yeah,
emoting?
that's what I'm saying. It's a good
It
one.
doesn't matter if it's a retcon, really.
Well, no, that's not what I'm arguing. I'm arguing they can change. They
They
change
can.
Zero War, knowing they would like, oh, the looper can be the guy, can be the person
In the rocket, yeah.
You could plan ahead from there.
I
They
want to
could
go to
take-
Foundations rocket.
I
That would
did
be like a good time to retcon it.
that's a good example. That's a good retcon if they do that because they already fucked up the story. So that would be a really nice way to kind of to patch it back
What
up.
if the tapes were being sent out to us and left around for us because we were actually part of the plan?
Well, the tapes seem to be specifically left for the scientist himself.
Us, you, right outside.
When you bring time travel
we are the
into
visitor
story,
in the rocket.
anything
Oh
can
my
happen.
I'm the scientist of Big Boy. Chunky Boy.
I'm gonna be mad. It's gonna be so crazy. When you bring time travel in a story, anything can happen. Like this, very just crazy now.
I kind of want to bring up the butterfly effect because that could mean we're stuck in a giant loop where the same things will keep on happening.
Right.
Like we're just going to go back to Kado Thorne's time machine every single time and have this happen.
Yeah, if they want to do it, that's called a
I just don't know how we would get out of that.
that's called a causal loop, right? That's how Terminator works. People argue that Terminator is a causal loop. So like, John Connor is born because Kyle Reese sleeps with John Connor's mom, Sarah Connor, but Kyle Reese is from the future. So John Connor's actually older than his dad because when he meets his dad is a teenager. But he sends Kyle Reese back in time to bang his mom so he can be born, so he can become the leader of the resistance, so he can send himself back in time, so he can send his dad back in time to bang his mom, so he can be born. So it's what they call a causal loop, right? So what we're in essence doing, Tater, is we're.
Alabama.
No, I said alien baby.
Why are you guys like
What's
this?
going on?
What is happening? I'm trying to explain causal loops and time travel theory. This is my moment to shine right now. Holy shit, guys! Please, let me just talk. Can I talk about time travel? I'm so excited.
Please do.
But at any rate, yeah. So that's what it. I'm glad you brought that up because I've been thinking about that too. Like, are we about to enter like a causal loop where? As I'm wondering that's okay. Let me put it to you this way. There's two ways that can go. If we could go, so at the end of season X, instead of like really harping on like a lot of the OG stuff, we could actually go back into maybe a reworked chapter 2. That's another idea I had where, okay, so now that we've gone through all of chapter 1 over the course of 1 month, right? Now we're going to go back to chapter 2 and we have to relive that, but things are starting to play out a little bit different, right? Maybe we're starting to change certain things. Maybe we have to see the Cube Queen all over again, right? I know a lot of you simps would be happy for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
God damn it.
Yeah.
We can see her get splashed with a bucket of water again and die, W, right?
How dare you? Don't touch her with water.
What the 7 of us are attempting is very risky.
Okay.
I
What the
suspect.
Cube Queen of us is attempting is very beautiful, very lovely.
What the? Whoa!
Tater, we just wanted to have a nice conversation about causal loops, and then these clowns just.
This is big clowns.
This is why we can't have nice things, guys. Okay. God. Anyway,
The 7 of us are attempting.
Tater, did you want to add more to the butterfly effect kind of a causal loop
Oh,
conversation?
no. What the 6 of us and the loopers
Oh
are
my
attempting
goodness.
Loot, loot, chill.
Look, let him
Hold
talk.
on. Go ahead, Tater.
The way I kind of bridged onto that was the Durr Burger. Like, there could be. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not really thinking about it. The Durr
XP.
Burger could play a role in showing us how things happened, like the
Oh, yeah.
order of how time got messed up. Like, literally, in season 5, time could have been messed up because of the time machine. Like, it could have been completely. Well, not completely, but at least to some extent unrelated to the rifts.
You know what would be really cool?
I honestly think it was
what if-
unrelated to the rifts. Cause like why?
What?
What in the
I
world?
honestly agree.
I just say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it would be cool if, like, I just thought of this now, if, like, the reason the visitor wanted to leave the island so, sort of, like, the reason that he wanted to leave was because maybe he knew about, like, the Kado Thorne thing that was going to happen, and then he sort of, like, that consequentially led to the cube and whatever. I think that would be kind of unique if they were like, okay, he had to get out of here, and then the consequence of that was